New video. In this video, I'm going to explain you the procedure to draw the isometric view of an given object in terms of front to top view. So you can observe on the screen the numerical which is with us, that is the front to top view of an block is given. That block is nothing but actually it is a mechanical component. It is given in terms of front to top view. So we have to convert this 2D diagram into the 3D. Okay, the front view top view is given as per the first angle projection method. The front view is always above the XY line and top view is below the XY line, means the top view is exactly below the front view. So in this diagram the front view is not mentioned and top view is not mentioned, so we can understand from that concept that is the front view is above and the top view is below one. Okay, now the first step is there while we are going to convert such type of front view top view, that is 2D diagram, into the 3D. So first of all we have to remember whether we have to draw the isometric view or isometric projection. I hope all of you are aware about these two terms, but still once again I would like to repeat here the dimensions which are given in the 2D diagram or in the front to top view. When we are going to use the same dimensions to convert it into the 3D, then that procedure will be called as isometric view. And when we are going to reduce the dimensions which are given in the front to top view with the help of isometric scale, that view will be called as isometric projection, or that diagram will be called as isometric projection. So here they have clearly mentioned to draw the isometric view of the given block. So remember carefully, we have to use the converting it into the 3D diagram. First of all we have to observe the given views properly, and from these two views we have to identify the three dimensions, that is what is the overall length of the object, what is the overall height of the object, and what is the overall width of the object. So always from the front view we are able to identify the length and height of the object, and always from the top view again we are able to identify the length and width of the object. Means by observing both the views we are able to identify overall three dimensions of the object, such as the front view is showing the length, means horizontal dimensions will be the length of the object, that is what is the overall length that we have to identify. But here it is not mentioned in the front view, but it is given in the top view. When you are going to observe the top view, this is also the length of the object. So here the dimensions are given 15 plus 25 plus 10, that is a 50 mm overall length of the object. Then what is the overall height? Always it is visible in the front view, that is vertical dimensions, that is always height, that is 25 mm is the overall height is given, visible from the top view, that is nothing but the width of the object. Okay, so we have to note down these three dimensions while we are going to start the diagram. So this is the first step, I will say. Okay, now the second step is we have to draw the reference line, any reference line at a particular position, and we have to locate a center point on that. Okay, so center point, the meaning of the center point is nothing but we have to draw the two 30-degree inclination line, that is one is on the right side inclination and second is on the left side inclination, that is from the origin point. So I have drawn here the two inclination line which is on the right side and left side as per the isometric projection method. Then after drawing these two inclination lines, we have to take the reference of these three dimensions, what is the length, height and width of the object. By taking the reference of that, we have to create an overall block or the boundary region for that isometric view, means within that we have to create our 3D diagram. So with the help of these three dimensions, but now the question is that whether the length will be get represented on the right side inclination line or left side inclination line, that is a big question mark, and if it is wrong then the complete diagram will be get wrong. So we have to observe it carefully and we have to identify whether the length will be get represented on the left side inclination line or on the right side inclination line. So what is the criteria for that? Generally in the diagram the origin point will be given always in the front view, such as front view lower left corner or lower right corner, between them they will mention the origin point, means they will mention the O point, such as which is generally we are taking here in the isometric procedure also, but here it is not mentioned. Now what is the second criteria for that? Just you can observe the front view structure. The front view structure is nothing but like this. It is having the rectangular portion, but actually the right side portion is having the minimum height and the left side portion having the overall height. So it is having such type of structure. So we have to create the same structure in the front view. So just remember, if I am going to consider the left side origin point, when you are going to observe in the front view, the lower left corner, if I am going to consider the origin, then just we have to assume the same front view structure we are going to create and we are going to match that origin with this origin which is we are using in the procedure. So what will happen, if I am going to consider the lower left corner, then the front view structure will be get created in this way. Okay, I'm just giving the explanation about where we have to represent the length. Okay, now the next diagram will be like this, means the next procedure will be like this. The complete structure or diagram will be created in this way. Okay, and if you are going to observe here, this is our front view direction. Okay, if you are going to represent or by considering the lower left corner as origin, the front view structure will be get created and that will be visible from this right side arrow mark. Then this direction will be the left hand side view direction. Then in that case you can observe the maximum portion of the object will be get hide behind this vertical portion, that is having the complete overall height 25 mm. And in that case the side view when we are going to represent, that will be having the maximum dotted line. But we can create in this way also, but the criteria is that always we have to show the maximum portion of the object to the observer. So here the criteria will be there. I will erase this first of all, the complete portion, and I will select the next color shade. So here the next criteria is, while we are going to consider the lower right corner as the origin, just imagine that complete front view we are going to draw here, but we are also matching this origin point with this origin point. So what will happen, the front view structure will be get, means the length of the front view will be get represented on the left side inclination line. Then the structure will be get created in this way. Okay, and this is the front view structure, means now this direction will be our front view direction, and when we are going to observe the object from the right side, that will be the right hand side view direction. Okay, this always generally we are representing the X as a front view direction. So after creating the front view structure, the next remaining diagram will be like this. And you can observe, when we are going to observe this diagram from the front view direction, it will show the slant portion also, this portion also visible to us. Okay, so that is very important, means as per this numerical information, the length should be get represented on the left side 30-degree inclination line. That is very important. And the length will be get represented on the left side inclination line. The height will be get represented always with vertical dimension or vertical side, and the width will be get represented on the right side inclination line. These are the three dimensions we have to fix up first of all, means that is actually second step. First step, always find out the overall dimension, then finalize the positions of length, height and width. Okay, that is the second step. Now the third step will be, I will erase first of all these things so that it will be easy to understand. Now after getting the idea, the length will be get represented on the left side inclination line. Okay, the height will be get represented vertically, and the width will be get represented towards right side inclination line. So by taking the reference of these three dimensions, first of all we have to represent a complete outline box, such as for the reference I am going to represent here, the length will be get represented on the left side inclination line. Actually it is only the value has to be get represented, but for your reference, for understanding, I have mentioned here length equal to. Actually it is not a procedure to mention the dimension, but for the reference, for your understanding, I have written here. Now length will be on the left side inclination line, width will be on the right side inclination line, and height will be completely in the vertical direction. So by taking the reference of these three dimensions, we have to create such type of outline box, means this is the complete box. Within that our 3D object will be there. Okay, now the second, after this, the fourth step will be, look at the front view structure. It is having the length at the bottom, complete length, that is 50 mm length line is there. Then the vertical line complete 25 mm of height is there. Then on the right side the 10 mm height line is there. Then a horizontal line is there after the 10 mm height representation, the horizontal line. But here the length of that horizontal line is not given, but it is represented in the top. You can observe that length of that horizontal line will be 10 mm. Then this slant line is there. Okay, the slant line length means actual the slant line length or between the horizontal portion, how much length is there, it is not shown in the front view, it is shown in the top view. The overall that slant line will be get represented between the 25 mm length, and after that again at the top side the horizontal line is there which is having the length 15 mm. So after deciding the length representation on the left side inclination line, we have to start to represent the front view structure on this plane. Means there are three planes are there: left side line inclination, right side line inclination, the second plane, and the top side plane. Okay, these are the three planes are there. So first of all we have to create the front view in the left side plane which is having a rectangular structure. Okay, so here I have represented already the bottom edge. This bottom edge is there, that is 50 mm length I have represented here with the help of red color line. Then the vertical line of 25 mm at the left side, means after the observing the length on the left side the 20 mm line is there. Actually one more thing that I would like to mention here, the length is horizontal here, but in isometric view it will be get represented by 30-degree inclination line. Okay, never mention the length as horizontal one completely. Okay, now this 25 mm height is on the left side, left side of this line. Then on the left side of this I have represented 25 mm height. Okay, then the width is nothing but 25 mm again on the right side inclination line. Now next step, from the right side of the length, that is bottom line of the front view, the 10 mm height is there. Okay, so I will represent the 10 mm height here, that is vertical one from the origin point. Then after the 10 mm there is a horizontal line of 10 mm length, which is actually in the front view horizontal, but here we have to represent parallel to this left side 30-degree inclination line likewise. Okay, that is the line of 10 mm, which is nothing but this one. Okay, then from that a slant line is there, that you can observe here in the front view, the slant line is there, that is having the length of 25 mm between. That means from this point we can count the length in this way, and we can mark the point at this place, and between that we have to draw the slant line. Otherwise we can do one thing, additional thing, or the second step, at the top side the 15 mm length is there, which is on the extreme left side. Means after representing the overall height we can represent the 15 mm length here, and we can represent the point, and between them the slant line we can represent. In this way also we can do. So I will go with that, the 25 mm dimension representation. Okay, actually with the help of drafter it will be easy to mark that, but here I am using the PPT for explanation. So after representing the slant edge, then this top edge is there, which is nothing but this one. Now the same structure of the front view is get represented in the left side plane. Okay, now this is the complete simple object, or it is basically a block, and after representing the front view structure, just in the third dimension we have to extrude the surface. Means that surface actually that we have created here, we have to extrude, means extend in a third dimension, that is the width is remaining to represent. So in the width direction we can extrude this along the 25 mm width. Okay, so that is called as a extrusion process, or that is the one of the type of the drawing the isometric view. After creating the actual structure of the front view in one plane, just we have to extend it in the third dimension, that is third dimension is nothing but the width. So the third dimension means actually along with the top view also we have to observe what is the structure. Actually यहाँ पे there is nothing dotted line, there is no circular portion, no semicircular portion, a simple object is there. And if you are going to observe from the top side, the four visible lines are visible to us. The four lines are there which are visible, means they are get represented with the help of dark line. So, and now the next step is, after representing this we have to just extend the surface in the third dimension. Means from each and every corner point of this front view we have to draw the parallel line to the right side inclination line, having the same width, that is 25 mm, such as this one I have drawn right now. The second one, after representing that, the height means the rectangular portion will be get represented to us right side portion, because it is having the 10 mm height and 25 mm width, means that is a rectangle 20 by 10 mm. Now again this portion, this rectangular portion at the top side, which is visible in the top view, that is 10 by 25 mm, we have to represent here. Now for that purpose, or for that portion, we have to just take the straight line from this corner point, which is parallel to the right side inclination line, like this, and this length should be have the width of 25 mm. Then from this corner point, just we have to draw a straight line which is exactly parallel to the left side inclination line, like this. Okay, now this is the portion which is visible in the top view. This right side portion has been created here. Now again this second square type of structure is visible, that is 25 mm by 25 mm, but actually in the front view it is having the slant portion. Okay, so out of that the one and the second line of that square has been represented. Now to represent the third and fourth line, just from this corner point we have to draw the straight line which is exactly parallel to the right side inclination line, and from the end point just we have to simply join this corner point which is exactly parallel to this surface where the initial slant line has been represented. Okay, now this is the square which is visible in the front view as a slant. It is gets created in a 3D view. Now the top portion, this portion which is again in the top view is look like as a rectangle of 25 mm by 15, and out of that the three edges of that has been completed here or drawn here. Okay, now the fourth edge is just simply from these two corner point we have to draw the straight line and you can observe it is exactly parallel to this left side line. Okay, now this is the complete isometric view of this given object, that is called as a simple block is there. I hope all of you understood this procedure. If you like this complete video, please click on the like button. Okay, and if you don't have subscribed till now, just subscribe my channel, and please click on the bell icon so that you will get update of the new uploaded video. Okay, now this is the complete procedure. If you have any doubt, if you have any queries, please comment in the comment box, or I will definitely reply to your queries. Okay, now this is the complete solution. You can observe, just we have created here with the help of this PPT animation. I hope all of you like this. So thank you very much for watching this video, and if you like the procedure, if you understood the procedure, please click on the like button. Thank you so much.